Today we'll start with the radiation concept here. So as much maximum I'll try to cover the theoretical ideas today. Then, then you can practice the numericals on radiation today itself. Tomorrow we'll go for some higher level problems in the radiation. Again on Friday, I'll come back to conduction. Some of you posted doubts in the WhatsApp. Please post complete question. Don't post off of it. Some graph. Okay, what to do with graph further don't know. So please post complete question. And if you're unable to type no, you can send voice message like, sir, what to do with this? It'll be easy for me to reply in voice message. Okay. See, I suggest you like make use of WhatsApp. Okay, that one. So what all the time is allotted no, in that particular time, if you ask it, no, it'll be easy to respond. Some of you are asking at 9 o'clock. Okay, no problem. But what you do is like, what is the doubt in you? No, like some of you are typing, your English is so poor that I'm unable to understand what is the question. So better you put in voice message. So like there's a doubt I do have. Make use of it. Say nothing wrong. Per day you can ask 10 doubts with a teacher. I have a patience to reply for everything. It's not that only 5 to 6 only you should ask. Please take help of a teacher. Put your doubts. No problem. Like I may respond a little bit late, but within one day at least, what happened, I'll respond it. So what is it? How to utilize, how to take help of teacher for doubts here is, so I'll come to 5 to 6. One student will post one question that may take half an hour. Okay, finish. That is not efficient way of dealing with counseling. That's what I feel like and all. So individually, every student should get opportunity. Per day maximum, you can ask 10 doubts. Please post question. No need to type because again, typing will take a lot of time. That one. Better voice, no? What is the thing you wanted to ask? Where is the doubt you are? Where you are suffering it? Put that voice message and send it. Still, what happen if you're not happy with the explanation, what I said, you can call me back. You can call me back. Finish over that one. So like that, what happen? You can take help of a teacher. Maximum I'm covering in the class itself where student can analyze things. So on Tuesday itself, some higher level problems you cannot do. By the time Thursday, Friday comes, you can manage. Things are like that. Please utilize things properly. With that one, complete question you have to put it. And what is the thing in that question? What is the difficulty or the total question? You just put in voice message. Don't go for typing because it'll take more time again. Okay, take help of teacher. I'm very good in clearing doubts. Provided what happened, you should show interest here because I don't like on coming to Zoom again for sake of one question, disturbing total class. You may feel happy counseling hour, but you will be wasting your 1 hour. Any question is there, just put in WhatsApp. I'll respond it. Okay, good morning, all of you. So we'll proceed with the radiation. Okay, let me begin. I think you are quite familiar with this word radiation. Am I right? Very familiar. It's not something you don't know. So we say radiation. Okay, what is actually, let's talk about the radiation phenomena, what actually it is, that one, So let's take a body. It's a pure theoretical, only 3 formulas are there. If you know that is enough, this topic will get over. In conduction only, you see a lot of very tough problems. Radiation, very straightforward. Just formula-based questions will be there. Okay, this particular body will have mass m, specific heat temperature. This is T1, T1 degrees Celsius. Then, so what we notice is like this will start, it will start cooling down. And what we have is surrounding air and air temperature, let it be T0. Now T1 greater than T naught. So after some time, this is at T equal to 0. After some time, what we see, the same body, mass, specific heat, it will attain temperature that of surrounding. Okay, this is a body. It can be any odd body it is. No, it's an odd body. It has cooled down. How it is cooled down? Is there any thermal conducting rod? Definitely the answer is no. There is no any thermal conducting rod and the body has cooled down. So how it has cooled down? We don't have any specific answer. So is there any thermal conducting rod? Is there any thermal conducting rod? Nothing is there, no. The body has cooled down. It has lost heat. How it has lost it? By emitting, by giving out the energy in the form of radiation. So here, so for our convenient purpose, now we'll just show like this. It's a hot body, so it will give out heat in the form of radiation. The heat, what happened now, will be in the form of radiation. I'll put arrows. Now, what is this, sir? Do we see any red color like this? No, we don't see any red color. So just for students' understanding purpose, I just shown the particular radiation. So what is that radiation means? Electromagnetic wave. So that body, what will happen, will give out heat in the form of electromagnetic radiation. Next question comes, how that radiation is emitted? There should be some reason. There should be some reason why that electromagnetic radiation. So here, if we go and analyze, so what is this radiation? It contains electric field and magnetic field, and which will propagate with the speed of light. Okay, let's not bother that EM wave. Okay, in second year syllabus, we are going to come across the EM wave. There we'll discuss in detail. Time being, this particular is like a heat in the form of radiation, heat in the form of EM wave. Okay, fine. This is the thing, that one. I think now you can very much feel winter. You just go stand in sunlight, no, you feel warm. So is there any sun between you and sun, between your body and sun? Is there any thermal conducting rod so that heat flows? Nothing, no. Sun is far away, no, and we are getting heat. How it is possible? The heat is in the form of electromagnetic wave. So it's energy, that one. Heat is a form of energy. Now, in what form that energy will be the electromagnetic radiation? Next question comes, what makes this body to give out this EM wave? Okay, now let's go back to the definition of temperature. See, I'm giving very good explanation. Huh? This is, please do hear it. Huh? Because in books, what happened, we directly started with radiation, then some laws are brought here. Just we should have a basic idea, why do that body will give out radiation? I think we can ask this question, what's wrong? Anybody? Since most of you know many things, anybody wants to give any explanation? So shall I say the body has cooled down? Okay, don't get scared. Let it be right or wrong. What's there in that one? Idea can be right or wrong. This will give out heat. There's an odd body. So, sir, I'm not understanding odd body. I think most of you drink tea, coffee. When we are just about to take the moment you prepare, what pen will be very hot, no? Okay, so okay, again, sir, like what do you mean by odd body? I don't know odd body. Okay, you do one thing. There's a major problem. Huh? Most of us, we don't know what do you mean by odd body. Okay, this is the, at least tea, a cup of tea, this one. So inside this, okay, this will be tea, no? And from here, like this, at least you can see that particular radiation will be coming like this. There's a hot tea, I'll write it. After some time, what we see, So like you just prepared very hot tea and keep it here. So initial temperature, let it be say like a 90 degrees Celsius. Temperature of surrounding 30 degrees Celsius. Also like a now winter, okay, let it be 15 degrees Celsius. After some time, what will happen to temperature of hot tea? Will be 20 degrees Celsius. Also like a 15 degrees Celsius. Surrounding air is also 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, now is it hot tea? No, it is a warm tea. Now what happened? Why the temperature of this particular tea has decreased? How it has decreased? Okay, everyone knows this. Okay, please do answer. Yeah, anybody? Some of you are very good in explaining things. Okay, come out. Yeah. Yes, anybody? Why do it will cool down? Sir, it will give out heat. Why you should give out heat? Sir, heat flows from higher body to low, higher temperature to lower temperature. Hot tea is
Sir,
at
air
night.
is acting as a conducting material to transfer heat, sir.
Okay, one explanation. Yeah. Okay, next anybody?
Sir, it will give out heat to come into thermal equilibrium.
Okay, zeroth law of thermodynamics. Huh? Okay, fine. Next. Yes, anybody? So I think every day now it's winter. No, it's a very good chapter. Exactly the winter time it has come. What type of food we like to eat now? Hot? No, not very hot. Okay, something warm at least, not cold. No. And dining table, or some will sit on the ground. The hot will be there, rice or chapati, what all the roti, what happen, will put it, and it should be hot. No, now winter, then it'll be very tasty, especially the curries or sambar, what all we take. No, so it's be hot. Okay, so that what happen, we can enjoy the food, especially in the winter. Then if you just leave it, what happen, it will cool down. So make observation every day we are taking food. Every day we should have asked ourselves, okay, how it is cooling down. Are you getting observation? That's what I'm telling this one. Science is all about observation. Okay, no. 3 answers I got it. Next. Yes, anybody? No one wants to, or others are sleeping. Winter, nice. Switch on mobile and okay, let the class run. Let me call individually names so that whether you are really present or not. Akil Kumar. Akil Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is your view on this?
Sir, it will attain thermal equilibrium.
Okay, I know you know that one. No, yeah. Then Abhiraj Mahajan.
Yes, sir.
Can you give reason?
First law of thermodynamics, I feel, sir.
I don't know first law of thermodynamics. You tell me.
As there is low temperature outside, heat will be transferred to low temperature.
Okay, there's a reason. Yeah.
Sir,
See, actually,
sir, the particles in the hot tea are highly energetic, no, sir?
yeah.
So they come out.
Tea will come out.
No, sir. Steam.
So they evaporate, sir.
It will evaporate. Okay, then I
They
would have
come
The
out in the
discussed.
outer
form of
air
vapor.
will take the energy, sir.
No, I would have discussed this in calorimetry. Why I'm talking here separately? See, this is what science is not about just gathering information. From the beginning, I'm insisting you, please do think, please ask, please search for a reason. Don't just accept information, proceed. Not correct it is. Huh? You'll never become engineer. Some of you have taken foundation course. Some of you have studied this and worked on many numericals, huh? And you have just come out like this, gathered information and came out, not analyzed. Huh? Come out of this method. Maybe you may get you'll get a rank in competitive exam, but not knowledge. Huh? This sort of acquiring knowledge will not help you anywhere. I'm making things clear. IITs, all what happened, you may think they're a very big place, but you look at it in terms of science and technology, you know, hardly they find any place here. Hmm? Okay, let's get into this one. So actually what happens is like, let's go back to the temperature definition. All are interrelated. So if you go back to the definition of temperature, what is a modern definition of temperature like? The degree, the degree of measure of the randomness of the atoms, vibrating atoms in a body. If the atoms vibrate more rigorously, it is said to be higher temperature. If the atoms vibrate with less rigorously, then it is said to be at low temperature. So as you increase the temperature of body, the atom starts vibrating more rigorously. So the degree of random vibration of atoms is nothing but the temperature. So now what is this particular thing? As the atom vibrates, it will have electrons, the nucleus will have a charge. In fact, the charge is vibrating, the charge is accelerating. And according to Maxwell's law, accelerating charge particle should give out electromagnetic wave. This is a basic idea. The reason why, what happened, when these molecules of the hot tea, of the tea, what will happen, they'll start vibrating. And any particle, any charge particle, if it accelerates, should give out electromagnetic wave. So therefore what happens, it starts giving out energy in the form of electromagnetic wave. There's a one reason. We'll discuss this EM waves in detail in the second year syllabus. There's a basic idea we must have. Okay, fine. So once you pour this hot tea also starts giving out radiation. The saucer, the ceramic, it will also become hot. No, I think I don't drink tea, so I don't have much idea about these things. So you most of you might have take hot tea or coffee, that one. So any hot, what will happen if you put it? No, suppose if it is a steel one, even the steel will acquire, no, due to conduction. The steel atoms also start vibrating. The charge particle there will accelerate. Due to vibration means they'll get accelerated. The steel also start vibrating. Later we'll discuss that detail. So now the atoms, the particles here, the charged particles inside the T, what will happen? They'll vibrate. Because of that, they'll get accelerated. And because of acceleration, any accelerating charge particle should give out radiation. There's a one specific reason what we can give. Why that electromagnetic radiation? Okay, fine. This is okay. Like this, what happen? The hot tea, what happen? It will lose out energy in the form of radiation, and it loses energy. If a body loses energy, temperature should decrease. So like that, it will from hot tea will become warm tea. Okay, this is called like a emission. What we say. Okay, but what we notice is like, okay, let's go for. Okay, the same thing. Okay, I'll bring one very important difference. So there's a hot tea, and I do have a cold drink bottle. Hope, I think cold drink bottle. Yeah, this will be. Okay, anything, let it be. Okay, let this be Mazda. Okay, now good advertisements are coming in TV. let me take this cool drink, Maaza, that one. Okay, this is, so what is the temperature of this? So, okay, it will be cool. Okay, 90 degrees or T. The temperature of surroundings, let it be 20 degrees Celsius or 25, will take it. This one, this is a air. Then this will be say like at 5 degrees Celsius. What actually happens? There's an initial. Finally, what will happen? This will become just T only. I'll write it. Temperature of this will become 25 degrees Celsius. Temperature of this also will become 25 degrees Celsius. So what actually happens? So this is this object, this T, shall I say, cooling down, and whatever the cool drink, it is warming up. No, it will gain heat. So finally, what happens? This will become warm. Will I agree? This there's a very general thing what you might have come across. I just took example. You can try this if you're interested. Take thermometer around 90 rupees. What happens? You'll get thermometer, purchase it, and you can do experiment. Okay, let's come for the discussion. Okay, what actually happens here? It will give out, it will cool down, and it will warm up. Okay, now let's come for this one. What will happen? Well, radiation will stop here. So what will happen to cool drink? It will absorb it, it gains heat, and the temperature of that will increase. So finally, what happens when the temperature of the tea and the cold drink will become that of the surroundings air? No longer heat exchange will occur. Will you agree? The answer is no. So what is telling is like all bodies radiate at all temperature. So initially, how the body will cool down? It will have, so emission I'll show by red color. I'm showing this one. It will absorb. Absorption is this one. So here what will happen? Even this Maaza also what will happen? Bottle will radiate. And it will absorb more heat. You see red colors, that one. Finally, what will happen? How much it will emit? That much what will happen? It will absorb. So I think now the emission and absorption both are there. Try to notice that red color and the blue color one. Okay, initially what will happen? You count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should show more lines. Arrows direction also I'm showing. I'll remove few. Yeah. Yeah. So initially what happened? How do it will cool down? It will have more emission. So it will emit more energy than what it absorbs. So here first what happened? Emission, I'll say emissive power. So it emits more radiation, it emits more energy than it absorbs. So this RT what happened? It is also emitting and also absorbing energy. But the rate of emission will be greater than the rate of absorption. That's why it is net, it will be losing. So the temperature of the RT will decrease. What about for the cold drink? Its rate of absorption will be more than rate of emission. So what this cool drink is doing? It is also emitting and also absorbing. But since the energy, the rate at which it is absorbing energy is greater than the emission, that's why it is warming up. So what is RT? It is cooling down. And this is warming up. Okay, now come for this one. Thermal equilibrium is achieved. Now at thermal equilibrium, at thermal equilibrium. So what actually happens, like the rate of emission is equal to rate of absorption. At what rate energy is emitted, at the same rate energy is absorbed. So therefore the net heat gained or lost will be zero. So therefore the temperature of T will remain constant. The same thing happens for here also. How much of power it emits, that much of power it will absorb. And the rate of emission equal to rate of absorption. So therefore the net temperature, therefore the temperature of the cool drink will not change. So like this, it will be in thermal equilibrium. Okay, fine. Are you able to understand now? This is like, so therefore all bodies radiate at all temperature. Even this cool drink, what will happen? If it is cool, what happen? It will emit and also it will be absorbing. So when a body will cool down, if the rate of emission is greater than rate of absorption, the body will cool down. When a body will warm up, when rate of absorption is greater than emission. So like that, it will absorb more energy than emission. So like this, what this particular cool drink, what happen, will warm up. At thermal equilibrium, how much of energy emitted, that much will be absorbed. Cool drink also, how much of energy emitted, that much will be absorbed. Okay, next question comes, sir, what is radiation? Both absorption and emission are called as radiation. Both absorption, emission of heat in the form of electromagnetic wave. Is called as, there's a basic idea. Heat in the form of electromagnetic wave is called as radiation. The flow of energy in the form of electromagnetic wave from a body to surrounding or from surrounding to body is called as radiation. What is radiation phenomena? Not only emission, both absorption as well as emission are called as the radiation. In general, what when we think radiation means only emission? No, both absorption phenomena and emission phenomena in the form of electromagnetic wave, the heat in the form of electromagnetic is called as radiation. Okay, now radiation requires any medium? No, radiation doesn't require any medium to flow. Okay, it doesn't medium. Next again, all bodies radiate at all temperature. All bodies radiate all temperature. So means no, sir, is it cold drink radiating? As even you can do one thing, ice blocks at -10, you keep it here. So ice blocks are emitting, yes, they're emitting. They're emitting energy and also absorbing energy. But the rate of absorption will be more than rate of emission. So therefore temperature of ice will increase. Then it starts melting. This is what the phenomenon. So like this, what will happen? The radiation, how a body will cool down, how a body will warm up, at equilibrium, what will happen is what we are analyzing here. So both emission and absorption is called as radiation. Okay, now got slowly idea. So at any temperature, what will happen? The atom should vibrate. The molecules, or you can say charged particles in that substance should vibrate. Due to vibration, there will be electromagnetic wave, and that electromagnetic wave will propagate, and that is what we call as a heat. So here, the heat in the form of electromagnetic wave is called as a radiation. There's a basic idea. Okay, now we'll come for the oil lick lamps. Okay, this I think all of you very familiar with these things. Okay, we'll put some oil. No, how that light is coming? We have to ask ourselves so many questions here. There's a oil. Here that cotton thread will be there, no? Shall I call this a lick? This is the thing. Next, one more thing what we are familiar is the candle. I'm just asking you to really think and analyze, because so many examples what you have already come across. Okay, now tell me like what makes it to emit light? Because here, what makes this particular oil? So here, what happened? First, we have to lit it, no? So once what happened when you take the matchbox and lit it? So due to that high temperature, the oil molecules which are near to air, because that high temperature point, they start vibrating. And they start vibrating, then what happens? They'll give electromagnetic radiation, and that electromagnetic radiation will be there in the visible spectrum. That's why we get light. The same thing happens with the wax here. I think there's a wax candle. Am I right? I think so many from past so many years, you wanted to be a science in high school. You came across the science. You should have asked yourself, looked at candle, looked at this Lea lamp, how it happens. Never bother, no? What you were bothered about more, what like? How many questions let me memorize? How many marks I'm getting in weekend? Because it's all about, I think, very in the school itself, what happened, than acquiring knowledge, what happened. I should get a rank. I should be the topper. Okay, this was the main priority, no? The knowledge was put in dustbin. Okay, now come for here. What actually happens here? Like when you lit it, what will happen? Because of high temperature, the molecules here, what will happen? They'll start melting. The wax will melt. And here what happen, the particles will start vibrating. Due to that, what happen, electromagnetic radiation, what happen, will come. This part will be solid, here it will be melted one. So like that accelerating particle again will give out electromagnetic in visible spectrum. That's why we're able to get the light. I think, do you think that radiation is what modern science only brought this? Long back, people know how to get visible light by putting oil lick this one, or by candle. If you go for Western civilization from past 2000 years, they were from 2000 years they were able to get this wax candle. If you come for Indus Valley civilization, no, billions of years the people know how to produce visible spectrum, how to produce light. Okay, these are the things are there. Okay, this is about the basic introduction about the radiation. So here the energy will be in the form of visible spectrum. We are able to get this one. All bodies radiate at all temperature. There's a one basic idea, whether cool body, hot body, or warm body, irrespective of that. I set -10. Will it radiate? Yes. Now you are sitting in your room. Is it walls radiating? Yes. Your body is radiating. Yes, your body is also at temperature. The ice cubes in your refrigerator, are they radiating? Yes. All bodies radiate at all temperatures. Finish all. Everything is radiation here. All bodies are radiating. The plant, road, your walls, table, pen, notebook, mobile screen, the mobile parts. Okay, that one. Chocolate, ice cream, everything is radiation. Don't think radiation is candle, everything in that one. All bodies, what you see surrounding you, are they radiating. Please do imagine. Try to imagine the radiation coming from them are falling on you. Your body is also radiating. The imagination is needed. Okay, fine. Okay, let's get into. Okay, now how to express this radiation phenomenon. Okay, now we came to know emission, absorption, something. So how to bring any formulas? So we need some sort of a method, no? Some formulas are needed to really explain this quantity. Okay, the radiation, will it propagate? Yes, it will propagate. So let me read some. So I already explained some basic thing. So what happened is radiation, in fact, radiation, will it be at rest or it propagate? The radiation will propagate with the speed of light. Okay, fine. This is the thing. Now, this particular radiation, will it obey any laws? It is similar to like a optics, visible spectrum. The thermal radiation, what happen, will get reflected, will get transmitted, will undergo the refraction, interference, diffraction, polarization, all the things. So let me put some points. radiation, thermal radiation. Okay, again radiation, you may go for this one. Thermal radiation follows or obeys, better you write. Obeys the law of reflection, refraction, interference, diffraction, polarization, all the things. Okay, then this thermal radiation exerts pressure on the surface on which it is incident. It will exert also force. Okay, this one. So these are the similar to like in optics, what we said, light, no? The radiation what can be invisible, infrared, anything it can be. Thermal radiation. So for what this oil leak and wax candle, it will give thermal radiation in the visible spectrum. That's why we are able to see that radiation. Okay, this is a background about this one. So next what happened? We have to, how to express this radiation, amount of radiation. Okay, this, so some sort of, I need this one, no? So therefore, so we'll go for emissive power first. Emissive power, we don't have any symbol in the book. I'll write it like this. Huh? Emissive power. So it is the total energy radiated per unit area, per unit time, per unit solid angle. Total energy radiated per unit time, per unit area, per unit solid angle. So this will be the symbol. We'll write like this. Huh? Emissive power. So this will be the total energy. Energy, you can write it as U, delta A, delta T, unit solid angle, delta omega. Okay, this will be what you can write, joule per meter square per second, or this will become watt per meter square. Like this, we define emissive power. Next, absorptive power. It is absorptive power. We define like this. In books, no symbols. I'm just introducing that one. It's like a ratio. It's a ratio of. It is a ratio of amount of radiation absorbed in a given time interval to the total amount of radiation incident upon it in same time interval. So this is absorptive power. So what should we write here? Absorbed energy, absorbed power, or energy, whatever you want, absorbed energy to the incident energy. It's a ratio, it will not have any units. Am I right? Like this, we can define the absorptive power. Okay, so somehow what happened, I just brought a formula to express that radiation phenomena. Because in radiation, what happens? Both there'll be emission as well as absorption. Am I right? So how to differentiate between emission and absorption? Okay, like this is what happened. I introduced a basic definition. Radiated. Yeah. Okay, now what happened with the help of this, I can classify now the type of material. So I'm interested here, like a ordinary body and the perfect black body. Let's discuss that one. Okay, of all this, next
Sir.
one more. Oh yeah.
Sir.
Ah.
Sir, in emissive power, sir, in the formula.
Ah.
Sir, what is delta? What is it, sir? Something.
Solid angle, solid unit, solid angle. Of course, we don't discuss much, no. So as it is unit solid angle, steradian, we not to bother that.
Okay, sir.
Some books they avoid it totally. Need not to mention. Okay, if you want, you can leave it. Energy rated per unit area per unit time. Per unit solid angle also we should take. Since the most of the numericals, what we do know, the solid angle idea will not be there. That's why in our books they avoided. In SCRMA, he has mentioned. That's why I just picked up. That's why the units I didn't write. Steradian not needed to write. In SCRMA mentioned. That's why you may get confused. That's why I brought it. If you want, I'll remove it. Okay, no, so this is, and so we have a law, Provost theory of heat exchange. So what is that? All bodies radiate at all temperature. I mentioned it. This is something very, very important. All bodies radiate at all temperature. Everything. Only at absolute zero, there won't be radiation. Minus 40 degrees Celsius, highs at minus 40 degrees Celsius, as it will emit radiation. Okay, this is something very, very fundamental. All bodies radiate at all temperatures. This is going to help us a lot. In all our numericals revolve around this idea only. Okay, these are some basic things what I brought it. To express that radiation phenomena, I just introduced these quantities. Okay, now I'm more interested to learn this radiation phenomena, especially ordinary body and the perfect black body. Okay, let's get into the two things. So first, let me take the perfect black body. Perfect black body. So what do you mean by perfect black body? So what is a perfect body? It's a body which will absorb all the radiation, absorbs completely all the radiation incident on it. Finish all. No reflection, nothing will be there. It absorbs completely all the radiation incident on it. So no question of reflection. Okay, let's take a. Since black body doesn't mean that perfect black body means the body will be in black in color. I think please do come out. So not like the color of the body because of that. No, because of the spectrum what pen we are calling it as a black body. Still, to make students to imagine, I'm giving a black color. Okay, this is what we have, a perfect black body. I'll write PBB. Then we have ordinary body. Okay, let's study the radiation phenomena of these two bodies here. Just like a story, initially we'll start it. So later part will end up with the formulas, and based on that formulas, we have to work out numericals. That's what our thing will be. There's an ordinary body. Ordinary body means I'm indicating here, no need to. What do you mean by ordinary body? The objects around us. Objects around us. Sir, what are objects around us? Open your eyes. What all you see in your room, all that objects around us. Okay, we'll discuss the radiation phenomena of all these two. So initially, both are at surrounding temperature, say like a 20 degrees Celsius. Both are at 70 degrees Celsius, or say like a 80 degrees Celsius. Temperature of both is 80 degrees Celsius. What actually happens here? Both will cool down, no? Both will cool down. And finally, what will happen? They'll attain the equilibrium. At equilibrium, we have to again discuss the phenomena. Okay, this is again at equilibrium. At equilibrium, finally, this will be temperature of this. Let me write on the body itself. Thermal equilibrium is attained. So what's happening to this? This is warm. This is cooling down. No? The both ordinary body is also cooling down. How come? Let's explain the radiation. So what is a perfect black body? It absorbs completely all the radiation incident on it. And what about ordinary body? Need not. A part it will reflect, a part it will absorb. So any difference in this particular thing? The emission spectrum, how it will be? Both will in fact cool down. So let's come for this one. So what actually happens here is it will emit five lines. I'm showing the emission, and the same time what happens, it will absorb. So power emitted is equal to power absorbed. Okay, find this one. So how many lines? How many lines are incident? Green colors are the absorption, and red color lines are being emitted. This is the absorbed. This is the emission. What happens with the ordinary body? Ordinary body, what will happen on it? Some power will be incident. Okay, fine. This is. Then what it will do? In that, what will happen? It will reflect. It will not absorb all. So then what happens? Actually, how many lines it is absorbing? 3 lines is what absorbing. So 3 lines it will emit. For your understanding purpose. So tell me, like, who is good absorber? All the radiation that 10 joules per second is incident. As the perfect black body will absorb all the 10 joules. Then for temperature to be constant, what happens? It will emit all the 10 joules per second. So therefore, this perfect black body, what will happen? What all radiation incident is absorbing all and it's emitting all. What about the ordinary body? 10 joules per second is incident. What it does? 6 joules it will absorb. Remaining 4 joules it will reflect. For the temperature to remain constant, what it will do? How much 6 joules it has absorbed, that much it will incident. But how much incident? The incident was 10 joules. In that, it will absorb only 6 joules. Remaining 4 joules will reflect. Okay, let me write in terms of data. Incident power. Incident power. 10 joules per second. Absorbed power. 10 joules per second. Emitted power. 10 joules per second. Is it okay? This one? Incident power here. 10 joules per second. Then how much it will absorb? Let's say 6 joules per second. For temperature to remain same, what it do? 6 joules per second, it will emit. Okay, in this way, the incident power, you can see like, what do you mean by this? How you define the absorptive power? Absorbed energy to incident energy. So what is absorbed and what is incident energy? 10 joules. What is absorbed energy? 10. So what is the ratio of what is absorptive power for the perfect black body? Shall we put 1? Absorptive power. I think I'll, yeah, PA will write it. So what is absorptive power? I think I'll yeah, we'll take same symbol. So what is absorptive power for perfect black body? Shall we say 1 for PBB? What about here for ordinary bodies? 10 joules is incident, of which 6 joules, 6 by 10. How much you'll get it? 3 by 5. It is less, no? So for ordinary bodies, what is absorptive power? Will be less than 1. Okay, slowly now we have brought in some set of formulas to study the radiation phenomena. So what is absorptive power for a perfect black body? It will be equal to 1. And for ordinary bodies, it will be less than 1. Okay, I agree this. So how in thermal equilibrium, how do we can explain? So like this, what happened? We can put it. So what is this green color one? So this particular, these are in. So I'll give these arrows what we are using. No. Now what is this? This will be incident power. And what about red color? Emitted power, and this is reflected power. What all that incident power is being totally absorbed. So therefore I'm writing PA. For ordinary, for perfect black body, PA equal to PI. For ordinary bodies, what happen? The PA will be less than PI. At least able to analyze this one. Like this, what happen? We can explain the equilibrium phenomena of ordinary body. Tell me like who is good absorber? Ordinary body or perfect black body? Perfect black body. Who is a good emitter? Again, the perfect black body. So shall we put it one theorem? Good emitters are good radiators. Okay, now let's come for this one. So what about the perfect black body? It will emit more than the ordinary body. If you look at this, it will emit more than ordinary body. Even when it is cooling down also, it will give out more emission. So here it is cooling down. So if I go and check it now, and in terms, it will be emitting. I'll show only few because for it to cool down open, it should emit more than it will absorb. Then only it will cool down. Okay, what about the ordinary body? So for this, though it is same temperature 80, the emitted power will be less. Then here I'll show only 2 lines. Okay, getting this one now. So who is good emitter? The perfect black body. Who is a good absorber? The perfect black body. So therefore what we can put it here now. So here perfect black body is PB is cooling down. Ordinary bodies both are in equilibrium, both perfect black body and our body in equilibrium. So we can explain everything. So when I compare all this, what I say that good emitters good absorbers. There's one more very important statement. Good emitters are good absorbers. So how to construct perfect black body? Next question comes. So like where do I get perfect black body? So for that, what I do is like I'll take a sphere, a shell, conducting shell made up of iron. Thin iron shell. Okay, let the radiation be incident. Okay, inside I should give, yeah. Inside what happen, I'll give a lamp black coating. All of you lamp black. What do you mean by lamp black? I think when oil lit lamp or candle. Okay, that one, that's what we can call like a carbon deposit. No, soot it is called as SOOT. Am I right? Okay, now since we have got LPG flame, so hardly carbon deposit will be there. But if you are cooking with using wood or any other thing, no, the carbon deposit will be there. No, if you go for any this one noodles, no, fried noodles, what all you eat, no, chats there. Still, what happen? There, what happen on that kadai, what you can call that basin. So black color carbon will be deposited. No, that is nothing but a lamp black. It is called as carbon soot. It is that one. So such a lamp black, what happen? I'll take it. I will give coating inside it. Lamp black is what you can say 95% black body, not perfect black body, 95%. Here we are going for construction of perfect black body. Okay, this is what is this? This is a lamp black. And what is a lamp black? Carbon layer. Now I'll make the radiation to incident on it. Okay, let the radiation fall on it. I just now what I said, the electromagnetic radiation will obey laws of reflection. Let me make some small edge here. Now this radiation, so here say like a 10 joules is incident. In that, suppose 100 joules is incident. So what will happen? The lamp black, 95 joules it will absorb. The remaining 5 joules it will reflect. Then again 5 joules is incident. In that 95% will be absorbed. 0.5 joules or so like a 0.25 joules will be reflected. Of 0.25 joules, which is incident, of 95% will be absorbed. Remaining some 5% of that will be reflected back. So like this. So what will happen to this? Will undergo and finally after multiple reflections, what will happen to that particular radiation? Will be absorbed completely. So this is the radiation. Incident radiation. Now who is a black body here? Anybody wants to answer? Small hole. Who is a black body? Lamp black is a black body. Who is a perfect black body? Anybody wants to answer? Huh? Who is a perfect black body? The small hole is a perfect black body. Yeah? So what is the definition? It should absorb all the radiation incident on it. The hole has absorbed completely and it has not reflected back. Nothing is there. The lamp black is a black body, not a perfect black body. So how to construct a perfect black body? This is a method. So this thin iron shell is not a perfect black body. The lamp black is not a perfect black body. The small hole is a perfect black body because what all radiation is in it, it has absorbed completely. It has not returned back. So here in the diagram, the small hole is a perfect black body. Lamp black is how much? 95% of radiation it absorbs. 90% of incident radiation absorbs, I'll write it. Absorbs 95% of incident radiation and 5% will reflect. So it cannot be a perfect black body. So the small hole is perfect black body. Not that iron shell. Iron shell, again, it's nothing to do. Just only to support lamp black is what? I just took that iron shell. Okay, fine. So like this, what happened? How to construct a perfect black body? This is the thing. Okay, now charcoal, all of you charcoal. Even now, I think iron box, we do use charcoal, no? Okay, did you ever thought why we use charcoal? The traditional iron box. I'm talking about the traditional iron box. Why do we use charcoal there? Ever thought? We don't think all such things, huh? Because we will think about movies, all that one, but such a basic observations, we are not bothered. See, very strange. Everyone wants to become engineer and nobody wants to make observation. How it is possible? How you defeat the Western science with this attitude? We have to fight, no? Okay, there's, I think, some not looking like iron box. Okay, yeah, we'll manage. So yeah, I think so somehow the structure will be like this, a 3D diagram, I know where to put it. So inside what happened, we'll go for charcoal, no? And the charcoal what happened will be red dot. These are the charcoal pieces. Okay, okay, now there'll be red dot. Am I right? Why charcoal? Why not gold? Why not we use golden pieces in that? As our gold very costly. Okay, iron pieces. Why not iron pieces? Why only the charcoal? Anybody? What is this bottom made up of? Brass, no? Brass layer. So these are the charcoals. Or charcoal and this is a handle. Am I right? This is a thing. Okay, no. There's a traditional iron box. Which is used in ancient India. So even till date, this is what widely preferred. Okay, anybody, why charcoal pieces? Hot charcoal pieces. It's a hot body. Yeah? It is 95% or around 94% or put 90% of perfect black body. It's not perfect black body. It is 95%. If a 100 joules is incident, it will absorb 90 joules of energy. Only 10% will reflect. And good absorbers are good emitters. So what I do, I'll just sprinkle some kerosene. Then I'll let it. They'll start burning. Then you compare the iron pieces and charcoal pieces. No, good absorbers are good emitters. Means the perfect black body will have more emission than ordinary bodies. So therefore, this will emit more heat. And how do I get charcoal? Very simple. Just burn wood. So if you just burn wood, what happen? The leftover is what? The charcoal pieces. Those charcoal pieces, what happen? I'll put it here. I will put kerosene, little bit kerosene I'll sprinkle, I'll burn it. Then it start emitting more radiation. And that radiation will be absorbed by the brass layer and it will be passed. And with that, we can press the clothes. This was the traditional ironing method. And what is other charcoal? I'll make it powder. When I was a child, paste what happened came later. I know it. So in my house, what will happen? Charcoal with wood only we used to prepare food earlier, not now. Okay, that one, what all the charcoal pieces what happened, we used to make it powder, then add some salt to it. Okay, then that was the powder. What happened? I used to do that one. Later, I think in 1989, the paste, other things came. That to not paste, first the powder. Colgate powder came. Then gradually what would happen? The paste, everything it came. Charcoal is a very good cleaning agent. Salt, okay, like a antifungus, antibacterial. Charcoal is also antifungus, antibacterial, antiviral, that one. So that was the thing. I think okay, let's not talk much here. Okay, maybe we have changed ourselves. This one. So there's a thing. Now they get advertisement. No, it is having a charcoal, it is having a salt. The tooth powder was made up of charcoal and salt earlier. This was the thing. So why charcoal is only used? Because of this one. So if you go back to some Tamil Nadu, one temple is there. There, what happened? They have iron box. That iron box, what happened? Past 5,000 years, they're maintaining it. That is used only to press the cloth of God, where the God used to wear, no, the deities, to press that iron, to press that particular cloth. What happened? The iron box is kept. It is around some 6,000 years old. Just go back, no, long back, people in this land, they know how to use science. They, don't say that, sir, we only gave this radiation chapter. No, we hardly bothered to express anything formula. We know how to use science. That's all. That much I can say. Our ancestors are very good in science. They know how to use science in day-to-day life. They didn't express it, but they know how to use. That much I can say. This one's a good example of black body is charcoal. What we can put it. Huh? Just I wanted to give information. Since you belong to this land, no, you must know your ancestors' science involved. Huh? Okay, somehow what happened? We brought some formula. Okay, now let's come for this one. How we define the absorptive power, emissive power. So therefore, like what is the absorptive power for perfect black body? It will be 1. And absorptive power for ordinary bodies, it will be less than 1. So next, Kirchhoff's law, what is telling? Ratio of the ratio of emissive power to absorptive power of a black body at a given temperature is equal to ratio of of a ordinary body. Yeah? At a given temperature is equal to emissive power of a perfect black is equal to emissive power of a perfect black body. So what is the emissive power of a perfect black body? There should be equal to emissive power of ordinary body by absorptive power of ordinary body at a given temperature. Everything is Now you tell me, what is a perfect black body? Shall I say it's a unique? Will I agree? Perfect black body is a unique. You don't say that different perfect black body. Perfect black body is unique. In total universe, there is one perfect black body. Ordinary bodies, they are not. They need not be unique. They can be anything. I have water. Just think on it. So what is telling? The ratio of emissive to absorptive power of any body will become equal to an emissive power of a perfect black body. Actually, here absorptive power of blackboard, perfect blackboard will come. We know absorptive power of perfect blackboard is 1. That's why that 1 is not written here. Some books they written denominator also. Let's not need not to bother. There's a definition. This is a unique. Don't say many perfect black bodies in the entire whole universe. There's one perfect black body. Depend at a given temperature. For any body you take it, not only like let it be steel, iron, or any other object. You take the ratio at that given temperature, find out the ratio of emissive power to absorptive power of that ordinary body. That should be equal to emissive power of perfect black body at that temperature. So what we know, the scientists, what happened, they have formed a data at various temperatures, what will be the emissive power of a perfect black body. Then they can compare. If I know this, I can find out this one. If I know this, I can find out this, because this is a standard data. To tell what is this law, to tell that this is a unique, this can be heterogeneous. Better say this like a unique, or say there's only one perfect black body, that's all. I can compare the emission, the radiation of any ordinary body with respect to perfect black body. So this relationship is what the Kirchhoff here brought it. Okay, till now, like it's all like a story, no? Still you see that, still like a story, that one. So we actually wanted to know what is the formula, exact formula to express that radiation. Okay, same thing what happened. These I'll express for specific wavelength or at a given temperature. So at a given temperature, what we write, this is the emissive power by absorptive power equal to the emissive power of a perfect black body for a given wavelength, for a particular wavelength. At a given temperature, actually it is, since the temperature of a body, it depends upon that particular dominant wavelength. So therefore, at a given wavelength, what happens, we'll try to measure it. The same thing, both are same. Okay, let's come for this one. Okay, after having some small gross ideas, so we'll go for next to express that radiation. We'll take the Stephen's law. Okay, let me put that law here. The emissive power of a perfectly black body varies directly at the fourth power of its absolute temperature. Okay, this is a basic this called a Stephen's law. Okay, what is the emissive power? So we define it, no, energy radiated per unit area per unit time. Can you remember that emissive power, how we define? Energy radiated per unit area. That unit solid angle, take it out, not needed for us. So therefore, this Stephen's law, what we can write it as P, the emissive power, it is directly proportional. To remove that proportionality, what will happen? We will bring a Stephen's constant. What is this emissive power? How you define? Energy radiated per unit area per unit time. So this will be, shall we write it as Q A, this power, no, emissive power, the energy what, okay, that U by T, what will happen? You can call that as power. So therefore, further this will become sigma A T to power 4, what you should call thermal power. So where sigma is called as a Stephen's constant. The value of that will be sigma equal to 5.67 into 10 to power of 7. Okay, 10 to power of minus 8 watt per meter square to the fourth power of Kelvin. Okay, this is like this we define. So I think you know, it's telling emissive power directly proportional to fourth power of absolute temperature. To remove that proportionality, Stephen's constant. What is emissive power? Energy radiated per unit time. Energy by time is what I'll call power. Fine. So till here, I think you know this will be, so that power, what will happen? We can, power is what watt, no? The unit for this will be watt, joules per second. I think you know enough of this. Huh? Okay, like this, the basic Stephen's law. This is for perfect black body. Huh? What all we brought it. For ordinary body, the same Stephen's law. Stephen's law for ordinary bodies. For ordinary bodies, what happened? He had just introduced where E is called as emissivity of a surface. And the value of E will be 1 for perfect black bodies. The E will be between 0 and 1 for ordinary bodies. Like this, the Stephen's law is modified for ordinary bodies, where that E is emissivity. And similarly, what will happen? Absorptivity also will come. For ordinary bodies. Okay, this is a basic idea of the Stephen's law. I think now you okay, somehow we have a basic formula. Huh? Okay, let's come for, let's get into the expressing the quantities, sir. No, this one. Okay, this is for isolated body. Okay, let's do one thing. I think, okay, you are able to see it. Huh? I'll push it to the corner. No, if this a body is there, let me take a sphere. So there's a sphere of radius r. It is at temperature T. The temperature of the ball sphere be T. And what it is kept in a furnace or a room, whatever be that one. Let me call this as a furnace. Temperature of furnace, let it be T naught. And I'll put a condition that there's a odd sphere T greater than T naught. Okay, how do we can express this Stefan's law? I'll shift it. It is kept in this furnace here. So there's a hot body. How do the Stefan's law? We have to write it here, no? So what actually this according to the let's go back. It will emit radiation. I'll write it. Almost your chapter will get over today. And we know according to the this one, it will also absorb, no? I'll show few, not many. Now, what is actually all bodies radiate at all temperature means all bodies will emit and also absorb since T greater than T naught. So how the Stefan's law has to be modified? So the net emission, the P net, what you can solve, okay, it is emitting and also it is absorbing, no? So this is called like a radiation. You should call this also radiation, this also radiation. The resultant radiation is what? The rate of emission minus rate of absorption. So according to Stefan's law, it will emit, what is the power emitted by it is equal to, there's an odd body. So sigma, it's not a perfect black body, no? So emissive power of it will come E sigma A T to power of 4. At the same time, it is also absorbing. For absorbing, absorptivity will come into picture. A into sigma A T naught to the power of 4. As it is kept in some room or furnace, it will be like this. If it's an isolated body, for isolated body, what will happen? There won't be anything. There won't be surroundings, nothing will be there. Isolated means in that case, this will not come. So the same Stefan's law is modified for a body kept, if a body is surrounded by an surroundings which is having a temperature T naught, the Stefan's law has to be modified like this, where that A is absorptivity, because again the material what happen will have different absorptivity and emissivity. They need not be equal. Emissivity and absorptivity need not be equal. For our convenient, we are going to equate them. For ordinary bodies, E and A need not be always equal. For one body, E will be greater than A. For one body, E will be less than A. For perfect black body, E and A will be 1. For ordinary bodies, E and A need not be equal. Since for our convenient purpose, we say E and A are same, and we are taking this one. And let me write that first time you're saying, no, for perfect black bodies. For ordinary bodies, E not equal to E, and both E will be less than 1. But for our convenient purpose, what happen? We'll just make it what like if you look at most of the books, no, the equations will be given like this. Sir, why is writing? Say a body when it is emitting, it will have the surface will behave one way. When it is absorbing, what happens? The nature of surface will be different here. So therefore, the emissivity and absorptivity are the two different quantities for a body. Okay, this is some just like a so like a, again the emissivity and absorptivity depends on what. Let's not bother at our level. Just for ordinary bodies, these two quantities are different. It's see, emissivity is different from emissive power. Am I right? Absorptivity is different from absorptive power. For different bodies, the value of E and A will be different. E and A will be different for different bodies. So what that Stephens was telling, the net power radiated depends on what? Depends upon area of cross section, the surface area of the sphere. So in place of A, what you can write it now? 4 pi r square. And the temperature of the body and also the temperature of surrounding. So what is this? This what you should call power emitted. What is this? Power absorbed. And this is what? Net radiation. The net power radiated, we say. Net power emitted minus net power. So net power radiated is equal to power emitted minus power absorbed. Absorption, I should take negative. Emitted, I should take positive because T greater than T naught. If T less than T naught, then it becomes PA minus P. So when a body is cooling down or body is warming up, based on that, you should take the difference. So what you should call the net power radiated by a body. Still, you should call radiated only this one. If PA minus P, then also you should call power radiated only. So radiation means not only emission. Emission and absorption together are called as radiation. But naturally, we think radiation means only emission, we take it, but it need not. Both absorption and emission are called as together radiation. So like this, the Stephens law is modified. What we discussed is for isolated body. There's no surrounding. Usually, where do we live? We do live where surroundings is there, no? And the surroundings will also have temperature. It's in that case, also the Stephens law will be modified here. Okay, I think don't bother that E and A. We'll discuss tomorrow in detail, little bit. Okay, there's the initial stage. No, let's focus more on the Stephens law and how to use it. One. Okay, now what will happen? Let's take the two bodies here. That okay, there's a sphere of radius r. Then I have a cube of side length r. Both are at same temperature. Both are at same temperature. And both are of same material. Okay, emissivity E. Isolated, huh? They're isolated. Okay, now tell me like which will radiate more power? There's a body 1, there's a body 2. So what is P1 equal to? E sigma A, what is surface area? 4 pi r square T to power of 4. What is the power radiated by it? E sigma. What is the surface area of this? 6 r square, no? R square is the 6 faces it will have. T to power of 4. 4 pi is 3.14. 3.14 into 4 will come around 12. Here only 6 r square is there. So therefore, what you can say about P1 greater than P2. Getting now? So you can see that various like a radiators, especially the radiators what we have now. Of course, in India, we don't go for the heater coils, like how we have air conditioners. No, in Western countries, what happen? Heater coils are must in their home. So what should be the shape of that heater coils? Shall I make it a cubical box, like a cubicle? Shall it be spherical? I think I do take help of this. Getting the idea? Same material. If I make it the heater coil in the form of a sphere, then let it radiate. It will radiate more power than in form of cubical box. So here I'll get more energy from it than this one. Fine. Like this, you do have a problem. This one. Numericals will come of this one. A sphere of radius r, then a cube of side length of radius r. Both are of same material at same temperature, which will emit more power. Thermal radiation from this will be more than this one. Okay, I agree this. Okay, next after this, we'll go for the Wien's displacement law. I think already you have come across in chemistry. Let's study this a little bit in detail. Okay, there's a wavelength, I'll plot it. And there's a intensity. Intensity of radiation. Watt per meter square. Now for different bodies, for a given body at various temperatures, I'll plot it. Then what I notice is the curve. There's a temperature T1, T2, T3, T4. Lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, lambda 4. Okay, what actually we are studying? So let me take a body of any shape. Let me take a sphere so that 4 pi r square I can write it. Okay, this is a sphere of radius r. This of a black body is what I'm studying. Okay, this is a perfect black body. So it's having a radius r. Then what I do, let it be at temperature T1. Then what it does, it's isolated body. So it will give out radiation. It will emit. So why do it will give emission? Why it will radiate? Why it will give out heat energy? Why do it give out heat in the form of EM wave? Because of temperature, the charged particles inside that material, they'll vibrate and the charged particle get accelerated. Due to acceleration of charged particle, what happen? EM wave will be generated. That EM wave, what happen is what we'll call that as radiation. That's all. It'll give out. Okay, now how much of energy given out by it? According to Stephen's law, power is equal to what we write? Sigma A T to power of 4. So what is the temperature of the body? Based on that, what is going to emit power? What is this? This is a power. Energy per unit time. This will have a units watt, sigma, Stephen's constant, area, 4 pi r square. Okay, next question. Let's measure the wavelength. I'm interested to know the wavelength. What are the, I'll look at the radiation. So what is this red color like this? Emitted radiation. Okay, emitted energy, or you can call like anything spectrum, or like a energy emitted or emitted, whatever that one. I'll go and check the wavelength. What I notice is like, I will get all the wavelengths from the lowest value. Don't take 0, not possible, to the highest value. So a body at a given temperature will give out radiation of all wavelength. That's the first thing. Point wise, I'll write it. A body at a given temperature emits radiation of all wavelength. Means now you look at yourself, your body, that one. What is the temperature of your body? Shall we put around 36 degrees Celsius, 36 to 37? Are you giving out radiation of all wavelength? Yes, all wavelength. Sir, I'm emitting even X-rays. Yes. You are emitting all radiation of all wavelength. So I'm not going for upper spectrum here. Yes, in fact, you are going to emit radiation. And when I compare the intensity of that radiation, what do you mean by intensity? Energy per unit area per unit time, like that. When I compare the intensity, for one specific wavelength, the intensity will be maximum. So now let me increase the temperature of the body. Let me increase the temperature of the body. Then at temperature T2, what will do? Then the body again will give out radiation of all wavelength, 0 to infinity, better say. Then what I say that and one specific wavelength, the intensity will be maximum. So don't say that here also, at this wavelength also there'll be intensity. But at one specific wavelength, what happens? The intensity is maximum. Again, I'll increase the temperature to T3. Then what I see is that, what I notice is that it will give out radiation of all wavelengths now. Again, at one particular wavelength, the intensity is maximum. Now, what Wiens he has seen is that these two are related, is telling. So what is telling? The product of the wavelength lambda into T is equal to constant, where B is called as Wiens constant, is telling. Okay, I think already you know a little bit idea of this one. So what is this lambda in T now? What we should call this lambda in T? Okay, let me find out the value. This will be, I think, 2.89. Up to 2 decimal place, I am able to remember. Wiens constant, no? Wavelength lambda meter, temperature Kelvin. Okay, this is a value of Wiens constant. The relation between this lambda 1 and T1 is what is giving. So here we can write it. And so on. So what is this wavelength? What I should call? What we should call? The wavelength at which the intensity of radiation will be maximum. So it will give out the radiation of all wavelength. At one specific wavelength, the intensity will be maximum. That is called like a maximum spectral radiancy. The wavelength at which the intensity will be maximum, or this is called like a maximum spectral radiancy, it is called as. The wavelength corresponding to maximum spectral radiancy. So how in books they're defined? What is lambda? Wavelength corresponding for maximum spectral radiancy. So what Wiens is telling, as I rise the temperature of the body, the wavelength corresponding to maximum spectral radiancy, or the wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity, it will shift, it will take the lower values. It will take the lower values. So let's take example like, okay, I'll take the iron rod, especially. When it is red hot, it will have temperature, say like a T1 and lambda 1. Further, when I eat it up, it will become orange, no? So it will be in red color. Now, when it is in orange color, it will have temperature T2. When it becomes yellowish, I think I'll put lambda O, T2, TO. Let me use proportional symbols. When it is yellowish, temperature will be red color. Now, which will be hot? In which case, the iron rod will be very hot. I think when it is, we know temperature TR greater than TO greater than T. When iron rod, when it is in yellowish color, I think it will be in molten state. When it is in yellowish color, So what happens? It will be at higher temperature than when it is at orange or when it is in red color. The reason for that, if I go and measure the temperature, no, when it appears as yellow, what will happen? It will be at higher temperature. Then why do it appear yellow? Next question comes, why do it appear yellow? Here what happens? When it is red color, when the iron rod is red hot, it will emit radiation of all wavelength. Then the radiation corresponding to red color wavelength, it will have maximum intensity. That's why the iron rod will appear as a red dot. Don't think that this iron rod will emit only red color wavelength. It will emit all the wavelength of all radiation starting from 0 to infinity, better say. But why do it appear red? Because the wavelength corresponding to red color will have maximum intensity. So the eye will perceive that it is red. But what when it is emitting also the blue color, yellow color, violet, indigo, X-rays, radio waves, microwaves, all the radiations it is giving out. It is giving out wavelength of all radiation. But since the intensity corresponding to red color wavelength is maximum, that's why it will appear red color. Then further I'll increase temperature, it'll become orange. Then why do it appear orange? It will give out radiation of all wavelength, red color, yellow, blue, indigo, microwave, X-rays, lower radio frequencies, everything that one. Then why it will appear orange? Because the intensity corresponding to orange wavelength will be maximum. That's why it will appear orange. Are you getting no? So don't think that when it is a red color, it will emit only red color wavelength. It will emit all. This was basically a property of a body, because at a given temperature, a given body will give out energy, will give out radiation corresponding to all wavelength. I think this is what already in the beginning we have put it. All bodies radiate at all temperature. Further, what we have to put it like, at a given temperature, a given body will give out radiation of all wavelength. There's a one next important, a body at a given temperature emits radiation of all wavelength. I think I already put it. Don't think that only lambda 1 it will emit. You can see this curve. Now, as I increase temperature, according to Stephen's law, if I increase temperature, the power emitted increases. So therefore, here, the area under the curve will increase. What do you mean by intensity? Power by area is intensity, no? Power by this area is what? Intensity. So any interpretation of graph, anything shall we interpret related to graph? Anybody? The area under the curve, what it will give?
B, sir.
What will happen B? I'm not getting. This area under the curve, what will give? Total energy radiated by a body. That's all, no? The area under the curve, because you see that if I increase temperature, the total power radiated will increase. So area under the curve is also increasing. So therefore, the area under the curve, what it will signify? The total energy radiated by a body. So next point, okay, I think all the points will put it at one place. Next one. Area under the curve is proportional to total energy radiated by a body. So therefore, as I increase the temperature of a body, what will happen to the total power radiated body will increase. The area under the curve is increasing. Then what will happen to the wavelength at which intensity is maximum? Will take the lower values. I think that's what this particular Wien's displacement law is telling. So what is telling is like, as you increase temperature, lambda will decrease. B is a constant, no? Wien's displacement is a constant. As you increase temperature, lambda will decrease. What is lambda? The intensity for which, the wavelength for which intensity is maximum. We are not bothered. Say like at temperature T1, what is this wavelength? We are not bothered. I'll give one more graph so that it'll be easy for you, because lambda 1, lambda 2, you are getting confusion. Now, if this is a curve, let me plot the curve. Now, please, only one. This is what T. Lambda naught, if you want, you write it. There's a wavelength. This is the intensity. Okay, this lambda naught and T are related by Wien's law. We don't know anything about this one, sir. How this wavelength and T are related? We don't have anything. Only the wavelength for which intensity is maximum and the temperature of body are related by Wien's displacement law. Able to get this one? So what is the Wien's displacement? It will give us relationship between the temperature of body and the wavelength corresponding for maximum intensity. You see that particular body, it will emit wavelengths very high energetic photons, or you can say a very low wavelength, and also it will give out radiation of very large wavelength. A given body will give out radiation of all wavelength at a given temperature. No, don't think that only lambda naught. Why do it appear that specific color? Because this particular, for this wavelength, the intensity will be maximum. So therefore the eye will feel as if only this wavelength is entering into eye. The perception of eye will be like that. If you look at the red dot iron, do you think that only red color wavelength it is emitting? No, it is giving out radiation of all wavelength. But the red color wavelength will have more intensity. They'll be more dominant. That's why it appears red color. Able to understand the meaning of this particular curve? At a given temperature, a body gives out radiation of all wavelength. Then why do it appear specific color? Because the intensity for the wavelength for which intensity is maximum, that particular wavelength will be dominating. So that will determine the color of a body. So why the like an iron rod, red dot iron rod, why do we apply red? If you increase further temperature, become orange. If you further increase temperature, it will become yellowish. So what is the meaning of that? So we can use Wien's displacement law. Like this, we have a stars like. Okay, let's go for stars. So this is stars will be spherical. So since we got from childhood, we got habituated to show stars like this, twinkling, no? Because of that diffraction of pen, they will appear like a twinkling, but actually there is sphericals, that one, spherical in shape. Again, don't scold me that physics teacher don't know that star he has drawn. Actually, it's like a sun only, no? So spherical, that one. So we got habituated from childhood. Okay, I'm just showing that one. Okay, like this, I do have 3 stars. No. Which star, temperature of which star will be more? This is T1, T2, T3. This blue, the star which is appearing blue color, will it emit radiation of only blue color? No, it will give out radiation of all wavelength. But the intensity will be maximum for blue color wavelength. That's why it is appearing blue. Next we have red color. Next we have yellow color. Can we categorize the temperatures? So we know Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange. The wavelength we do write like this, no? Lambda V, lambda I, lambda B, lambda of green. Okay, this, okay, now lambda of blue will be greater than, will be less than that of yellow, will be less than that of red. Or if you compare lambda R will be greater than lambda Y greater than lambda B. Apply Wien's displacement law. Lambda R, okay, lambda R T3. Lambda, red color T2, no? Yeah. lambda y T3, then lambda blue T1. Can you say anything about this temperatures? Which will be at high temperature? Blue color star, yellow color star, or red color star?
Blue.
Blue, no? So T1 greater than T3 greater than T2. Intentionally, I'm writing like a T2, T3 like this. Okay, no? So by looking at the appearance of that particular body, what happened, we can determine what can be the temperature of the bodies. There's basically a Stephen's law and the Wien's displacement law. So what are the few important things like, as we increase the temperature of the body, so with this, what we can write it here. So from here, what we can write it, lambda 1, lambda 4, lambda 3, lambda 2 less than lambda 1. What about temperature? T4 greater than T3 greater than T2 greater than T1. Will I agree? The comparisons for a given body here, this is spectrum for a given, not different bodies, for a given body only. As I rise this temperature, the curve will be like this, and the wavelength for which intensity maximum, that will shift. So that's why the name word displacement law, Wien's displacement law. All of you, displacement. Are you looking at this lambda? As you rise temperature, what will happen to lambda? What is this lambda? The wavelength for which intensity is maximum, or wavelength corresponding to maximum spectral radiancy. It will take the lower values. So it's getting displaced. This one. Okay, next question comes. Why a body at a given temperature, this is, what is the spectrum? This is again spectrum for a body at a given temperature. Why the intensity will be minimum for, it's like a shorter wavelength? Why intensity is again minimum for longer wavelength? Why the intensity is maximum only for one specific wavelength? Okay, what is this? According to Wien's displacement law, only this, the wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity and temperature of body, what when they're related. What is T? I should for a given temperature of body. And what is lambda? The wavelength corresponding for maximum spectral radiancy. Only the Wien's displacement law is able to relate this lambda naught and T. It is unable to relate this lambda and this T. Why the curve like this? No, we don't have explanation. Classical mechanics is unable to explain why a body will, why the intensity will be very low for shorter wavelength. Why the intensity is very low again for longer wavelength. Then again, why the intensity is maximum only one a specific wavelength. Okay, that one, the classical mechanics, they tried a lot. Rayleigh-Jeans law was able to explain this. Kirchhoff's Rayleigh law was able to explain this. Wien's displacement law was able to explain only this. They tried the physics, what we know. And finally, they were unable to conclude. Then Planck's radiation law came. I think all of you study Planck's law, chemistry. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Planck's radiation law. Why the Planck's radiation law? Why Planck should come and give radiation law? He's saying energy is quantity equal to NHF. With the help of Planck's radiation law, we are able to explain the curve. So it's a quantum mechanics as begun, the basics of quantum mechanics. So definitely what happened, student ask himself, okay, sir, this wavelength and temperature of body, any relationship? No, we don't have any suitable equation. And if I write any equation, it is valid only for here. It is unable to explain this. Wien's displacement only this lambda not T. Rayleigh-Jeans law was able to explain only this one. Kirchhoff's Rayleigh law was able to explain only this. We don't have any law which will explain the total curve. So the classical mechanics, what we are studying is classical mechanics, has to put a question mark. We are unable to explain why the curve like this. You should ask this question to physics teacher. So why the curve like this? Physics teachers will reply. What will reply? Okay, you after writing advanced exam, okay, give me 1 month time. Okay, that one I'll explain quantum mechanics. Using quantum mechanics, I'll explain it. So these are all unanswered things in our syllabus. So gradually what happen? We will touch a sections or will touch a syllabus where we'll end up with a question mark. That is what the classical mechanics. So what is the, how we end up our classical mechanics with a question mark? We don't know. Finish over. Oh, sir, then what about these answers? These answers are given by quantum mechanics. Classical mechanics will stop here only. Like that, you can see that once you enter into second year syllabus, no, every topic will end up with, say, especially modern physics. When you enter modern physics, no, there are the as like a wave optics. Every topic will end up with a question mark. If I end up with a question mark, as you studied classical mechanics. If you feel that, okay, sir taught everything, very nice, superb, then what happened? I didn't explain anything. So here what happened? We should end up with a question mark. The physics, what we know. See, I don't have any equation. Stephen's law, can it explain why? No. Stephen's law will tell that it will give out energy, that's all. The power radiated depends on area and temperature, that's all. Wien's law is able to tell only between these two relationships. Other laws are there. One law will be this, one law will be this. But we don't have any satisfactory law which will explain the total curve. So what is the problem? Yes, there's a limitation with this knowledge itself, the classical physics itself, the classical mechanics it is called as, it's having its own limitations. That's why what happened? To overcome this, a new branch of physics is brought, quantum mechanics. That's why we have to learn quantum mechanics to learn the higher level things. Okay, it's not there for our syllabus. With this one. So what is your class 2 level? Till our syllabus is based on only classical physics or classical mechanics it is called as. What all you are going to learn at higher level next in engineering, no, that will be quantum mechanics. Fine. Okay, a student has to really, it will give out a radiation of all wavelength. Why here intensity less? Why intensity is less? Why only here more? We don't have explanation. Getting some idea? This one. So tomorrow we'll discuss the numericals straight away. This is about the theoretical. If you want, you can read and work out some problems based on this. Stephen's law and Wien's difference. Just only formula based, nothing is there. Tomorrow, Newton's laws of cooling, one formula will come. These are the only 3 formulas which are there. The whole topic revolves around these ideas. Okay, tomorrow I'll continue from here. Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
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 Yeah, thank you all of you.